Hello, today I will be talking about movie review number 966. This is Austin Powers 1, International Man of Mystery. Austin Powers 1, International Man of Mystery is a 1997 movie that is directed by Jay Roach, Roach. This is from New Line Cinema, and I saw this movie on April 7th, 2024 at CMX Liberty Luxury 15 in Cinebistro in Liberty Township, Ohio. So, Austin Powers 1, International Man of Mystery, is the first out of three movies featuring Austin Powers, and this is like a spoof of 1960s spy films, including James Bond, in which cyanogenetically preserved secret agent Austin Powers is revived in the present day. So, the start of the film takes place in the 1960s, where Austin Powers is becoming cyanogenetically preserved in case his nemesis, Dr. Evil, becomes part of the picture again. And so the film is now in the present day in the 1990s, and Austin Powers is not cyanogenetically revived, and once synonymous with style, Powers soon realizes that his vocabulary, fashion sense, and attitude to women are hopelessly out of date. After all, he did spend 30 years in the cyanogenetic state, and he had no idea how the world changed within the 30 years that he was gone. He enlists the help of a decidedly modern woman to help him adjust to the 1990s and vanquish his old adversary, Dr. Evil. Now, I've heard of the Austin Powers series before, but I have never seen it. But I was really happy to see the first film in videos, and maybe at some point, hopefully, the second and third films as well. But the first film I was definitely happy to see because I got to see the origins of Austin Powers and Dr. Evil, who are played by Mike Myers. Yes, he plays both Austin Powers and Dr. Evil in the film. Elizabeth Hurley plays Vanessa Kensington in the film. She is the woman that helps Austin Powers take down Dr. Evil. And let's just say they have a little bit of a, well, not really in much of the film, but let's say near the end, they might have a little bit of a spark in each other. But Austin Powers tries to woo her throughout the film, and Vanessa isn't really impressed at first. But then throughout the movie, she starts getting a little attached to Austin Powers and his vocabulary, his sense of style. Um, Now, back in the 1960s, Austin Powers was working with Mrs. Kensington, played by Mimi Rogers in the film, and Vanessa Kensington is a relative of Mrs. Kensington. I believe Vanessa is Mrs. Kensington's daughter. But let's just say that Austin Powers and Vanessa Kensington will have a little bit of a spark throughout the film. Let's see. The film also features Dr. Evil and his plans to take over the world, but also him trying to get in touch or trying to mend his relationship with Scott Evil, who happened played by Seth Green in the film. Dr. Evil finds out that he has a son, Scott Evil, and let's just say they don't exactly see eye to eye. But hopefully Dr. Evil wants to change that, even though he has a plan to take over the world, but Austin Powers must stop him from taking over the world, but he'll need some help with Vanessa. And so this movie is a little bit of a spoof of various spy films, like the James Bond series, but this has more comedy, more humor, more goofy jokes than the James Bond films. but it definitely still has the action and thrill of spy films, as Austin Powers is trying to take down Doctor Evil, who is Austin Powers' arch nemesis. And the thing about this movie is that when Austin Powers was fighting crime in the 1960s, he was more of a, I wouldn't say celebrity, but let's just say he fit in with the world more. Now in the 1990s, let's just say he's not exactly the case, as far as he doesn't exactly fit in this world anymore, as far as his sense of style, vocabulary, but he still wants to save the world and protect the world from Doctor Evil. And Mike Myers really did a great job of portraying both Austin Powers and Doctor Evil. So this was a pretty good movie, and who knows, maybe I'll see Austin Powers 2 and 3 in theaters then. Now I heard there were talks about a fourth film, but I don't know if that will come to fruition, but you never know. So that's my movie review of Austin Powers 1 International Domain of Mystery, Precinct 2 in this movie review. Alright, goodbye.